who issued the order of remand that led to the detention of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So, as a matter of fact, our counter-argument can be used as a sword and shield. So, if the court was going to grant their application to invalidate all these orders, it would naturally lead to the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because the same order, the same judge issued the order of detention. So that order should have been invalidated. So, but our position is that the DSA should not be allowed, or the federal government should not be allowed to cherry pick the orders to obey and the ones not to obey. So evidently, they want to comply with the order of detention by continuing to detain Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, but they now don't want to comply anymore with the order on the visitation regimen for counsels to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. This is the crux of the matter.
All right. The counter, you filed it counter,
process.
Yes. How is a court reacting to that? How is the court responding? What is the process to listen to what you've already filed?
Well, because of the significant merit of the counter-argument we filed, on the next adjourned date for the hearing of the case at the Court of Appeal, their counsel rose in court and withdrew their application. That tells us that they no longer maintain that position. So now that DSS, subsequent to that, refused us access to Nnamdi Kanu, we started wondering if it's a case of left hand not knowing what right hand is doing. Because we did advance the information to the DSS and said, listen, the application or the legal position upon which you are placing restrictions on counsel to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has changed or has been withdrawn by your counsel. But they continue. So that left us with no option than to pursue some kind of judicial action to get DSS to comply. So I proceeded to court to file what is called a Form 49. A Form 49 is a process by which you compel a defaulter, a contemnor, or somebody who is breaching a court order or not obeying or complying. You use that process to compare compliance. That's what happens, and that's how this whole thing came to this pass.
I agree with you, especially. Welcome back to Alex Odi, Judge. Of the truth, I not really know what I say President Tinubu they do for this case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The way they keep quiet, it's like maybe it gets something else. Will be like say Buhari tell her before he hand over power to her, because the silence of Tinubu in this case is so alarming, so loud. Even the deaf can even hear waiting they happen, because the way Tinubu keep quiet for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, it's not funny at all. It's a blocking Nnamdi Kanu from his lawyer. We get Nigerian secret police DSS into trouble. But in DSS, they be just people who say they follow orders. Let us be sincere. They follow orders because DSS are not above the law. If they keep repeating the same thing over and over again, meaning see they stood behind it. Ejimako, who is the lead counsel of Kanu's legal team, said the DSS restriction of the IPOB leader from meeting with his legal team is against a court order issued by Justice Binta Nyako. Barrister Ejimako, special counsel for the detained leader of the injured people of Biafra IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, has said that the Department of the State Service DSS will get into trouble with the federal court for continue to deny Kanu access to his legal team. Ejimako, who said this on Sunday night while featuring on a Rise News interview, vowed that Kanu's legal team will visit him at the DSS custody despite restriction by the secret police. Ejimako, who is the lead counsel of Kanu's legal team, said the DSS restriction of the Kanu's leader from meeting with his legal team is against a court order issued by Justice Binta Nyako. Sahara reporter had reported that Ejimako complained that the DSS had been denying Kanu's access to his legal team after the detained IPOB leader demanded the recusal of Justice Nyako from his case. However, Ejimako said the DSS has continued to deny Kanu access to his legal team despite the court's threat. Ejimako, while speaking on Arise News, said the threat already has an impact because I get some fearless and I'm aware of the interview of Obi Ugwachuku and Speaker Tajubro Abbas. The interview political on the matter and tried to resolve it by way of compromise. So I had informed information that DSS has retraced his step and is now willing to do the right thing. I should bring a letter with the name of the council that would visit Kano on Monday. So I have done that and we get there hoping that the restriction would be lifted. If they are lifted, we will go and interface with our clients, and if the restriction is not lifted, the process in court will continue to its logical conclusion. He said he is entitled to access to his counsel under Section 36 of the Nigeria Constitution. Kano is not supposed to be detained at the DSS in the first place. It's a glorifying holding cell. He is supposed to be detained in prison where this restriction normally don't occur. Ejemako noted DSS is a security environment with security built in place that they take care of granted. This restriction don't go well for detainees. We are not forcing them to break their backs or change their system overnight, but if you insist on detaining him where he should not be, then make certain adjustments. If you don't, you are going to get into trouble with the court that made the order. So that is what it blessing you talk. But DSS get into trouble. Not be one person that go sanction, not be the boss. Tinubu, your quietness is too much on this case. May God not let this matter over you. Ever share if you tell you to think, move from it.